Hey, my name's Noah Burleson. I'm here to teach you how to play Whiskey and You. So the first thing that you want to make sure that your guitar is in drop D tuning. All that means is that your bottom string is tuned down to a D instead of an E, so it's going to be matching your D string. So basically, you start out with your pointer finger on the second fret, then you're going to strum the top three strings like that. And then you're going to slide this second fret pointer finger to the fourth fret. So strum top three and then slide. And from there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to hit this low D and then the high D. And then you're going to hammer on fifth. So what it's going to sound like right now is. And then you're going to do the same exact thing that you did. Once you get done with the sliding here, and you hit these two, you're hitting the D's. You're going to hammer on once you do it again. So it's going to sound like this. And on the second one, on that one, that's when you're going to hammer on. So it's going to sound like this. And you're going to do the same thing, D to D. D, D, those are both D's, so you're going to hit those. Hammer on the fifth, and from here you're going to hammer on to the seventh. It's pretty much the same thing for that part. On that seven, you're just hammering on, and then once you're done with that, it's the same pattern, so you're hitting the D. You're hitting the D twice, and then you're pulling off when you descend. And I'm going to play the first part through. And then you play it again. If you're wondering what I did up here, all I'm doing is hammering on the second fret of the A string, so like this, and then I'm pulling off as soon as I hammer on. And then I'm starting over, so it's like, it's the same thing again. Alright, the next part we're going to get into is the it's pretty easy. So that chord right there, you're going to bar the second, have your ring finger on this string, it's the D string, have that fourth fret, and then on the B string, you're going to have that third fret, so when you strum it should sound like this. And then you're going to hit this chord, it should sound like this. And then the part where you hear it going like this, all he's doing is taking off the finger, this middle finger from the B string on the third fret. So he's going like this, pulling off, hammering on, pulling off, and that's all he's doing. And then he's back to this. So that's a simple part too. So this is what it should sound like so far. Then you're going to go back and just repeat the same thing. And after that part, when you're done with your second time going through the sliding and hammering on, once you're done with that, you're going to go back to the same chord, but this time you're going to pluck it up until, so it's going to be the middle strings. From the second string to the fifth string, you're going to pluck up. But once you get past that A, you're going to skip the D. You're going to go straight to the B chord and then down to the B, the D, if that makes sense. So it should sound like this. So you're going to hit that, and then you're going to turn this into an A minor shape, but just envision A minor, but moving it up to the third fret. So it's literally just A minor on the third fret. So you're going to strum up, and then you're going to pull off this bar, and then that's when you're going to make the move to have your pinky right here on the B, or on the G, and then you're going to do the same thing. So it should sound like this. And then from there, all you're going to do is slide up to 2 to 5, yeah, 2 to 5. So it's going to sound like this. 2 to 5. And then you're going to hammer on 7 on the A string. Hammer on that 7. And then you're going to go from 5 on the G to 4. This is what it should sound like on the second part. That slide up. And then from that part after that, you're going to go to the D. It's literally just an open D chord. You can strum it, and then it goes to an A. But if you want to do the kind of picking part, then you're just going to do the same. So it's the same thing. You're skipping the G. You do that on both chords, and then you go back to the same beginning. So this is what it should sound like so far. And then after all of that, once you hit all that, it's going to go from an A, and then it's back to a, well, not back to a G. It's going to go from an A to a G. And on that G, you can literally just bar the top 3 strings on the 5th fret because you're in drop D. It's back to an A, to a 5th string on the and then it's a D, and then B minor, and A. So yeah, that's how you play Whiskey and You. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and comment anything else you want to learn. Goodbye.